Alright, welcome back everyone, Zaf. Your great info in this video. First off, new leaks are coming out for Hunters, that being Esil and Goto. Great changes out for them, and also brand new codes that are away for the recent Korean stream coming out. I already have it scheduled. The link is down below. Make sure you press that notify button right here and you drop your like. That way you know exactly when I go live. These streams here are always translated, as you know, thanks to our translator June, as long as they're available, of course, but don't worry. We'll make sure you get all that information, and also, we have confirmation towards the update coming out on the 16th here. Very excited. We have Esil coming out. We have the new game mode, the competitive game mode, preparing to become strong, headed our way. And I'm wondering here, let me know in the comments what you think. Are mobile players able to participate or not? That's something I've actually been concerned about, because if you think about it, based on the last two tournaments, there were no mobile players. And don't get me wrong, not everyone plays on mobile. This game isn't necessarily the best optimized for that, but how about our mobile players? I guess you could say they can use a controller to play on the PC, but a lot of people actually, surprisingly, use a touchscreen, so we'll have to see. Very curious about that. Let me know your thoughts. We also have a Q&A coming for that stream, and also a brand new Snowflower welcome event. This will be interesting. I wanted to search this up because I thought, well, is this a new weapon or is this a holiday in Korea? And what I found is, correct me if I'm wrong, if there are any Koreans in here, when it does snow and the trees no longer have any leaves on them, the snow does coat the branches, meaning it does sort of look like a flower. In this case, a snow flower. I know, kind of deep, but anyways, just wanted to cover that. Let me know if that's all BS and wrong. But again, we have codes coming out too, so be prepared. The link is down below. You don't want to miss out, and also, based on that stream, you also want to miss out on the supporter program. The link is down below too. That way, you get all those juicy codes sent directly to you. As a reminder, everyone's support was removed. That's why we're only at the 10,000 mark, so make sure you support us yet again. It is free, 100% free. There is actually no cost associated to this at all, which is great. This is what it looks like when you support us. The codes are sent here to your My Page section, so make sure you support that way you don't miss out. Now, as we jump in, a really big disclaimer for you. As we talk about any leaks on future Hunters, I do want to mention everything is subject to change. As you know, we already talked about Goto and Esil, but they've already had their kits kind of redesigned, updated, adjusted, and I want to say my headcanon agrees that based on the video I released way back when, where we did cover Goto, not everyone was pleased about his, potential kit when it came to an assassin-like character like Goto, who does wield, as a reminder, the plum sword in the manhwa, coming into the game as a tank unit, a breaker of sorts, which can work, and I'll explain why. But the fact that he's considered a fighter, a tanky unit, a breaker, just doesn't make sense. I mean, come on. I have a plum ready for him to equip, so I'm looking forward to his release. But right now, based on the updated leaks, Esil is the one who's going to be a breaker now, a firebreaker. Based on what we can expect, again, subject to change. Right now, we only have one breaker in the game in the fire department, that being Emma. No SRs, no SSRs, just Emma. She's the sole firebreaker, so that would be a nice touch, getting a brand new firebreaker in. Emma's kit is old. She's good for certain game modes, like anything that requires mobbing, even Battlefield time. She's amazing for it, but right now, when it comes to our new upscaled content, she's just not meeting the mark, so looking forward to getting a new breaker coming in. Esil should give us some damage as well, some buffs, and as you know, we already have enough fire support units, so with Kanae, who is the next hunter coming out, she's still slated to be raw DPS. I know we have Yuso Hyun, but when it comes to her, she's not really the DPS unit we're looking for. She has some nice buffs, but besides her awesome looking skins, she's not really a fantastic hunter, which kind of sucks. She's one of the first hunters I rushed to get to 810 including her weapon, but she turned out to be one of the worst investments I've had so far on a hunter. Totally regret summoning for her. Literally, haven't used her at all. I literally just leveled her up from 95 to 100, just showing how much I use her, which is not a lot at all, so we do need a fire DPS coming in, that being Kanae. But what about Goto? That's kind of interesting. Where does he fit in? So, the leaked information does point us towards him being, potentially, we'll have to see, a win unit. Though I would say if he comes in as win unit, this is my assumption, he is going to have some break potentially on him, but he's going to be a DPS unit, don't get me wrong. So maybe someone like Lim, where he does have some marginal breaks on him. I don't know if that'll be true. That's just my guess. Maybe every skill has like a weak break. That'd be pretty nice. I mean, come on. Goto came in with such aura, and he, he kind of just got swept away. But anyways, Goto was a nice unit in the manhwa when he was displayed as such, but I can't see him having kind of like a weak break kit, sort of like Lim, and having DPS too, but his element That is the main point of concern. He's not going to be fire anymore, based on what we've seen, so he can be wind or even water would work too, just because right now we are missing a lot of love when it comes to the water department, but we don't really need water units right now. Later on maybe, but right now we have hunters like Jinwoo, who honestly, in my eyes, has fallen off 100%. She's just not a good hunter anymore. She used to be one of the best hunters, her weapon giving us tons of crit damage, but right now, yeah, just not looking good. Same with Alicia. I mean, Alicia was amazing, still good though, don't get me wrong. Alicia is great for mobbing, but just not meeting the cut anymore. We need new water units coming in, new wind units, because we do have a good windbreaker. We have Wu, but he's still kind of weak. He doesn't give us very good buffs right now. His weapon is very, very circumstantial. As you can see right here, when the enemy enters the break state, it increases all team members' wind damage by 12%, but that's very, very, very situational. It's not going to happen very often. And that's only when they enter the break state, not afterwards, not before, so not really getting much damage out of him. But Wu is a fantastic breaker. Other than that, he's just not meeting the mark. But do let me know your thoughts about that. Do you agree that we do need some wind units coming in, some water units? And are you pleased that Goto is no longer going to be a tanky unit, a breaker? Doesn't make too much sense. He has to come in with a plum sword, being a damage dealer next to Mirai. They would both be a great addition to that. He would be a great addition to our wind teams or even water teams, where we do need some additional love coming in. But with Kanae coming after Esil, we don't need any more fire DPS units right now. I think our fire units are good enough. We have support. We have another support here with Choi, surprisingly not a DPS unit. We have a breaker and another breaker coming out and a raw DPS unit. So I think our fire team is covered. Please, no more light units. We've had more than enough. Right now, wind and water after fire will need lots and lots of love coming in. And dark, as you know, we already have enough units. We have 2 units right here. I mean, we have a few units here that are good. But something, again, I'm very concerned about is whether or not the brand new, I guess, competitive game mode is going to allow mobile players to play. As you know from the last 2 tournaments, we had everyone playing on PC. I don't think I saw any controllers. Everyone was playing on mouse and keyboard from what I remember. So I do wonder if they're going to let mobile players play. I mean, there's some fantastic mobile players out there not even using controllers. I mean, you can't just, plug in a controller and use that to play the game, but right now, I would say mobile players are at a severe disadvantage regarding any competitive elements, so we'll have to see what happens there. I mean, can you even enter on mobile? I'm kind of wondering. I'll check next time I log on mobile. I don't remember seeing that, but we'll see. I mean, right now, mobile players are continually getting shafted, and one thing I do want to mention is, right now, when it comes to the workshop as well, it is potentially going to get a revamp, that being based on what we've seen on the new leaks too. So before it was a 50,000 power gain to easy and normal when it came to Deimos, Demos, Daimos, whatever his name is, for the brand new workshop mode. But potentially that's going to get an even higher bump where normal mode might even reach the 1 million combat power mark. Now, some of us will love that, some of us won't. I know for a fact right now, a lot of players are getting bored. They're saying the game is getting too easy, and that's just not me here. A lot, and I mean a ton of players every single day. Even content creators, they're like, Zaf, I'm so bored. There's nothing to do, and I kind of agree. The game is kind of treading towards just log in and do dailies every single day, but hello, it's a gacha game. That's the point. It's supposed to be a side game, not your main game, but with the game being primarily PC players do want to play this consistently. They want to log in, grind things out, at least not all of you, some of you. So I would want to see something in the future that is more grindy, that you can do without a stamina limit, that does reward persistence, but I think a lot of you wouldn't want that, and I think I'm kind of included too. I wouldn't mind a mode that I can stream. One reason why I don't stream every single day is because there's really not much to stream for this game. I mean, you can go in and grind Guild Wars battles constantly, but there's no reward for it. You can do power destruction, but based on your server, there's no reward. Battlefield time, once you get it, you're done. So there's nothing really here to continually enjoy. Besides doing your weeklies and dailies, that's it. That's pretty much the nature of the game when it comes to gacha games. That some gacha games out there do have more grindy elements, do have more, I guess, modes where you can do like PvP, where you can kind of grind it out. But again, we'll see. Everything is subject to change. There could be new modes coming out that'll basically claim that, time slot for us where we can grind out. But anyways, let me know your thoughts. I'm just yapping here. All I have for you today. Make sure you subscribe, drop your like, and go to the link down below to join a brand new stream. And do support us, of course, that way I can send you a bunch of free codes. On that note, this is your Code King Zaf, signing out.